right before the fall.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Nagging Old Man podcast. I mean, the Nag podcast. I am your host, along with Sensational Sean and Butthurt PJ. I am AJ. Today, we're talking about arcade games, the history, the intrigue, the competitive scene, anything you can think of with arcades. We're going to bring it up. We're going to talk about it. And I think it's safe to say that anyone who grew up in like our era, like from the early 90s on back, uh, spent a lot of time and money in arcade rooms. Like that's pretty simple to say. Quite the amazing time before internet was really a thing, before everyone had home consoles, or at least the arcade machines had games that you couldn't get on home console. So I guess now that's our first subject, guys. I think. Well, like, but no, go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Wow.
Nice. Really?
I didn't know that either.
Hmm.
Okay. Yes, indeed.
I heard that. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I mean, without Donkey Kong, we wouldn't have had Super Mario. So probably would have been branded something else. Like, but that's where he debuted, Donkey Kong. It's in a lot of collections, like old school. Hey, this game used to exist collections. But as far as being remade, not really.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's true.
Yeah.
Not the children. Yep. Light shooters. Light shooters became a thing with our generation, and were like one of the biggest things you could find in like House of the Dead and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Wow. That
Yeah,
is
and
pretty
it's
cool.
so sad now because like it's cool you can get your arcade games in your own home now. That's really cool. How many people back then could really say that? But it's almost it's almost like disheartening now because arcades are kind of being shut down like completely because you have the internet boom and you can get anything off the internet now. Uh, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, you can almost blame arcades for esports being a thing in the first place.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Their extreme popularity, their like boom into the media and whatnot. Like the movie Pixels, for instance, where they talked about the first like kind of video game tournaments and whatnot, and how popular they were, how so many people used to flock to them, and they used to be these huge cash prizes. Pixels, while it's kind of a dumb movie, at the same time, kind of goes over the history of arcade machine and
Yeah.
pays homage to them. They puts arcade machines and all those characters and whatnot in the spotlight. Uh, People underestimate sometimes how big video games really were. When we were kids, we were always told that we couldn't just sit around playing video games. We wouldn't have a life with that.
You'd rot. You'd rot your brain.
You'd never make any
Yeah.
money doing that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, look at us now. A lot of things our
Right.
parents told
Yeah.
us. You'll never have a calculator in your pocket. You'll
I love
never,
that one.
My
you'll
favorite
never
thing.
have a phone with you at all times.
My favorite
You know-
thing is whenever this is not related to electronics, but cursive. They're like, oh, you're gonna need this in big boy school. Nope. They don't even really teach it anymore.
No, they really don't.
Which is
I have officers at my job that get upset if you write in cursive because they can't read it.
right.
These young kids and they're no cursive learning ass.
They're like, what is this gibberish? Get it out my face.
I haven't written cursive in years. Like, the first cursive I wrote recently was on a TikTok where you have to write yes in cursive to show that you can actually do it. Wow. Like, here you go. This has been like the last almost 20 years.
That's crazy. That there's like essentially a TikTok challenge on that.
Yeah. And then it made me think about how long it's been since I graduated high school when I felt so old. I'm pretty sure I grew that 3 gray hairs in my as soon as I thought about it.
Let's see if I can do it. I'm pretty sure I can. Yep, okay. The only thing that's really odd is the S, because it doesn't look like an S. It's like the...
Yeah, cursive kind of changed the letters up a little bit, but at the same time, I write my A's in Times New Roman, so I can't really talk.
I write in all caps, so...
Oh,
well. Bold. Caps lock.
Like he's yelling all the time.
All the time.
He's so aggressive.
Well, no. Okay, so I write in all capital letters, but like, watch, I'll show you real quick. This is how I write. So let's say, there we go. I'll write like that, where like the first letter is still the biggest, but they're still all in cap. They're all still technically capitalized.
They're all captains, but he's a bigger cat.
Right. It's just the biggest boy. So,
like BJ.
You watch it now. This is a PG show.
Is it though?
I don't know.
I think our last episode proved that this is not a PG show.
No, PG-13 at best.
How many times did Nick and I say fuck? I don't.
Demonetized.
Well, we need money before we can get demonetized.
Yeah.
I could never be part of the Scooby crew.
What?
Jinkies. Zoinks. Well,
yeah. The best case scenario, you get a god damn it.
But yeah, like what I remembered the most back then with like arcade machines, not just like the light shooters, which really stuck to me, was all the competition of fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
Like fighting games were the thing back in the early 90s. Yeah. You know, because like you said Street Fighter, Virtua Fighter, Mortal Kombat. You know, a lot of companies followed suit with their own version of fighting games that just collected quarter after quarter after quarter. Like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was big in our area.
It took you for a ride.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to everyone who got that reference. All 3 of you. But yeah, like it's crazy now because like the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 arcade machine to buy and have at your home is going to be coming out soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did that sell out or anything? Does anybody know? Because I know the pre-orders went out.
I'm sure it did.
I put it in the group chat and I haven't gone back to look since because I was waiting to see what my money was going to be like by the end of the month, hoping that they were still going to have at least one.
I honestly think they will.
I
don't collect those arcade machines, but I would absolutely set that one up.
Have any of the like arcade 1-ups ever sold out?
A few have for like a minute. Like I think Street Fighter 1 did for a little while. I think that TMNT did for a little while. They eventually came back, but I mean it was just kind of like touch and go for a minute.
Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay. I touched one of the F keys and I started hearing a sizzling sound and I forgot that BJ has it set up to where my F keys are. I can do transitions with it. I was so confused. I was like, "What's that sizzling sound?" Because I'm on like Best Buy's website looking at the Marvel vs. Capcom arcade. I'm like, is it just that fire? Like,
so fire it sets your computer on fire.
Right.
It's all about to blow up. What the fuck?
Oh, they are out of stock on the official website.
Of course they are.
Yeah, like I had no doubt that was going to happen. It does look.
I mean, if
looks
they would
beautiful.
just release it on a console, I think it would you know chill out a little, chill everybody out for a little while.
Yeah,
But
they haven't released it on a
Dude,
console since the 360
Dude,
PS3.
and they yanked
just
it
give
off
it some
so you couldn't buy
time.
it.
8-bit or super rare games or limited run games, they're gonna come out with a PS2 style release, and
They
We
better
need the
have that
Marvel
on there.
vs. Capcom collection. That's what
Mm.
we need.
That would
when
I would buy the hell out of that.
Oh, I would too.
if they would,
Amigo,
they would probably be able
they-
to do something like the Marvel fighting game series collection, because they
Yeah,
make it
like Children of Adam and stuff like that.
well, and you
Oh,
also get like the
yeah.
what was
That
it,
was a
Marvel
good-
versus X-Men? No, Marvel versus
X-Men versus Street Fighter.
that's it right there. You get
Yeah.
stuff like that on it.
X-Men Children of the Atom.
Yep.
That's a great game.
What was your
You
favorite? Oh, one thing we can touch on: our favorite arcade games ever. Point blank, gun to head. You die if you can't name one.
Lord.
Oh, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is in my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is in my absolute favorite. I spent more money on that game than any other game in existence because just like
Man.
the flashing lights and the chaos and everything of it was so awesome.
I just thought about
Like, there
something that I didn't even
There
think
was no
about.
game like it. What?
So one thing. So we're talking about all these arcade games. No, nothing bad. Like we've been talking about all these arcade games, and we're talking about just like the standard kind of arcade game, lightly mentioning light gun games. But one thing we did not even think about or mention yet is your rhythm games.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah, like
big market for
DDR.
a while. Yeah, DDR, Pump It Up, Beat Mania. Like, and I
Yeah.
know in Japan they were massive.
Mm-hmm. I had a few friends who had done the competitions and actually traveled a little bit
Yep.
doing the competitions. And people used to hate coming to Louisiana to do them because the air was so humid and whatnot.
They're weak.
It'd fuck you up.
Weak.
We go out there and we're like, God damn, I need a glass of water.
I need to go swim in a swimming pool.
That's it.
I play in those
26 minutes
games.
long.
My legs are not that coordinated.
Oh,
No.
BJ, what's your
Definitely
favorite game? We got Marvel vs. Capcom 2 man over here.
See, no, I love Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but I was more.
I don't care what you love. I want to know exactly what you love. The only
Exactly.
thing.
I
Quit
played it
dicking
more on
around.
console, so I can't say that would be my favorite arcade machine. My favorite arcade, however, would have to be. I would say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage
The arcade game.
Turtles.
That has to be my favorite one because I spent the most money on that when I was younger.
I
Yeah,
should have.
yeah, I
have
knew,
very
I
good
knew
memories of
that.
that game.
I started singing the theme song before he even said the answer.
Yeah, you know, it was everywhere. It's like you go to Pizza Hut, it was
Yep.
there. You know,
It was
Yeah,
always
right.
right next to the Battletoads game.
yeah, it was like
I don't actually
shoved it in
recall
your
ever
face
seeing a
everywhere you go.
Battletoads arcade.
Oh yeah, they had the. I think it was just Battletoads 1. I don't think I ever saw the sequels. But yeah, Battletoads had an arcade for a while till they put it on console.
Our Pizza
And
Hut
because
had
it was-
the Darkstalkers game. It had Street Fighter 2, and it had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Damn, y'all had
It was
good
freaking
ones.
amazing.
That's fucking sick. The only
I
thing
miss
I
those
remember
days.
seeing in like convenience stores was like the
Mr. Ronnie's always had Crazy Taxi. It had Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Creo Lanes was one of them.
oh wow really
Obviously, the mall was the other one.
I didn't know they had that.
The mall had the big kiosk, but Creo Lanes had the smaller one.
Nichols also had it.
Skating Ring had X-Men versus Street Fighter.
You know what?
Uh,
One game for arcade that really upsets me that they never redid anywhere else was WrestleFest. Like they've never put that on anything else ever.
I don't think I've ever heard
And
of
it was so
WrestleFest.
good. Why not? Like, I would love to play that again. You know, it was a great game.
Yeah, come to think, now that you mention it, there's other games I'm trying to think of that they didn't
Wait.
port over.
I
There's really
remember this
nothing.
game. Oh, this game was awesome to play.
Yeah.
So this is the game that I've been actually looking for to play because there was like a wrestling game that I always used to play in Pocket Change.
One of the best ones, man. Loved it.
It like it even looks good.
Yeah, it still looks good.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm
Hey.
looking at it, like like the graphics aged very well.
MAME will emulate it.
Probably.
I used to have it a long time ago, but I lost it, so I don't have any of
Okay.
I'm gonna have to build like an actual arcade machine with just old classic arcade.
People do that. That's pretty common.
You can
Yeah, I
actually
know.
buy
I
one
just
like that.
I was just thinking about the MVC2 arcade. I'm like, you know what? If I just built one and had a bunch of them
It's
ported
cheap. It's
on there, it's
cheaper,
the same.
and it's cheaper.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll just do that. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, I might do
Oh.
the same as well, honestly.
All
I
right.
want like a big kiosk though. I want one with like
games.
4 players.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely 4 players.
Yeah.
If you went for like MVC2 and stuff that, you definitely want the 4 players. You're trolling if you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite arcade game. See, I said guns ahead, you have to pick one. I have like a toss up in my head right now that I'm just trying to pick one before I get shot in the head. Time Crisis 2.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what? That was my second choice. Innovative game on in arcades, and it still holds up today. That game
100%.
still looks amazing. It's still awesome. If I see anywhere that's got it, I'm gonna play it.
Oh yeah, 100%. I wish that whenever I don't know what all consoles it came to. I know it's on PS2. I wish they would have like a splitter where one goes to the gun and it came with a pedal. That would have been so amazing.
That would have been pretty cool.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, I still actually have a light gun. I haven't played it in a little while, but that's just a game that I love to play. It's so fun.
You know, if my very close second was House of the Dead, like I really had to think about that.
That's a really good one too.
Mine was House of the Dead 2. I thought 2 was miles better than the first one. It seemed almost like the first one was just like
so
people could actually play it.
One game I'll put above House of the Dead for me personally. I love Rash Plot.
There was an Aerosmith game like that. What was
What?
Yeah.
what was that game?
What was it?
It was
What?
like strictly their music throughout the whole thing. And it was a shooter game.
And they show up throughout the game and whatnot.
Yeah, like you're trying to save them or something. It was so crazy.
I can't remember what the name was.
Revolution X? Is that it?
Yes.
There you go.
That's it. That's the one. That's it. Yes. Pocket Change had. I used to play the hell out of that game.
It looked like one of those. You know how like some of the shooting games that they had light guns, but they had like different kind of light guns. Like some were like mounted on there. I remember like the Terminator game had like a machine gun that you had to hold.
Mm-hmm.
There's like
that's another pretty good one.
They had those sniper games.
I hate the sniper game.
Same. But no, wow, this thing looks cool. These guns look crazy. Why is this a game?
Because Aerosmith has money.
Yeah, that had to be the only reason. But yeah, it was one of those games you look back on and you go, God, this is weird. But at the time, you didn't question it. You just try it in.
I guess one thing too, we kind of touched on it a little bit whenever we started talking about the Marvel vs. Capcom arcade cabinet, but that's actually a relatively like recent like new kind of boom if you think about it in the arcade like genre, where like all like Arcade 1-Up like releasing all of these arcades that are like readily available. Buy it, it's ready, it looks nice.
Yep.
I'm awfully certain it's for people from our generation just trying to live the glory days. That's all I'm buying.
That's all.
So quick. Because we're like, fuck everybody. We're gonna them kids. And that's kids that get my arcade machine.
That's one bonus. Like, okay, so we were talking about like just building our own arcade machine, but if you were to just buy the Marvel vs. Capcom arcade machine, the bonus of that opposed to building your own is that it looks really nice, and it would be hard to get a handmade one looking that nice. Like you can, but you can. It takes some skills.
Yeah. I think I'd be able to live with that though if I were able to get whatever game I wanted.
The looks, and then
essentially you're looking at a screen and a Raspberry Pi. It's a 2-player one.
Oh, that's kind of lame.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But the really cool thing about it is that it does have the Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
That is cool.
Like there's no denying that.
Does it come in any bonus games or is that the
No.
only
It comes with it comes with a lot of games.
Oh. Mind, I'm stupid. I don't know.
Let me see. I'll pull it up exactly just so.
It might be the Marvel superhero game if I had to guess.
I think so.
I would think so.
I'm gonna pull it up.
It has to be games related to it.
Yeah, maybe the first Marvel vs. Capcom. Probably.